All right, so we're going to get this party started. Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to be launching our Monday Masterminds as a team here at EXP. They'll be taking place going forward on the second and fourth Monday every month moving forward. We have an epic lineup of guests for the next few months, and we'll post that at the end of the call so that you can see what's to come. Today, we are joined by agents, business owners, loan officers from all over the country, and we are so appreciative of everybody being here. We are fortunate enough to have Brent here as our guest on our kickoff event. So we'll get to introducing him in just a moment. First and foremost, I'd just like to introduce myself. Some of you may be familiar with me, some unfamiliar. My name is Eva Marie Casoria, but you can call me Eva. I have been in the business for approximately 16 years. I was introduced to this industry by my cousin Rick Jiha, who some of you knew and loved. About halfway through my career, I started a team called EMC Homes, which stood for and still does stand for Every Move Counts. And we have now become Every Move Collective under the umbrella of EXP. I am very excited to be part of EXP and to be hosting these events alongside of my team. Erica and Bill are here today, so a little shout out to them. And alongside of my kids, Colby and Dylan. So I just wanted to give Dylan a moment to introduce himself, and then we'll jump over to Colby and Brent.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dylan. I've been licensed for about 2 years now. Graduated from San Diego State. And I've been having the opportunity to explore this industry with my mom being my, right-hand person and person to turn to in times of need. So, it's been great to learn from her and getting the hang of this business and, getting my feet wet. Thank you, guys.
Yes, and I'm Colby. I've been licensed for almost 7 years. I was full-time in the music industry before jumping full-time into real estate and launching mindset and leadership coaching. And it's been really cool to be collaborating on a really high level with my mom and my brother. Brent is my sponsor here at EXP, and it's been nothing short of amazing having him as a mentor and guide at this amazing company. And with that, I would like to just introduce him. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the people here are already familiar with Brent. For those who aren't, he has been a leader and icon in our industry for like 26 years. He and his team have sold over 5,000 homes in that time, and he is a highly sought after international speaker and a real resource on how to become a super agent. So we're very, very grateful to have him with us today. If you have any questions as we kind of move through the discussion, put them in the chat, and we're going to do our absolute best to get to what we can. There's a lot of you here today, but without further delay, here's Brent.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. We're so glad you're here. We have so much to be grateful for and thankful for and so much to be optimistic about. Just so you know, I want to just make this claim. The real estate market is going to boom in about 4 to 6 months. Mark my words. So some of you need that encouragement because the last 18 months haven't been fun, especially the last 12, especially the last 6. So it's my opinion. I could totally be wrong. We'll put the fine print in there, but I don't think I am. It's my 3rd market correction since the 90s that I've been a part of. We are going to see this market explode. It's like a ticking time bomb in a good way. So get ready for some serious business. And I hope you take some notes today. So I'm prepared. Now, real quick, Eva and Colby and Dylan, I prepared just to launch, but you want me to stop periodically or do you want me to go for it? What is it you want me to do here? Because I've spent hours all morning. I've had way too much coffee. I'm kind of dangerous. How do you want me to handle this?
Well, so, the outline for this call that we had lightly discussed was kind of talking about some of your mindset tips and the role models that you've, modeled your success after in your life and how you've kind of adapted your mindset throughout your 26-year plus long career in real estate. So maybe if we start there and then we can take it from there.
All right. Well, the first thing you want to do is get your head right. I'm actually removing Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube from my iPhone because I find, honestly, I spend too much time scrolling about UFC fights or someone training their German Shepherd how to go fetch a bottle of Coke, or somebody wrecking their four-wheel drive going up a hill and it flips and it rolls back, and or boat crashes, and whatever it is that you like to watch, it's all on there. And so I find that does not serve me. I spent the whole morning reading this book, Praying Circles Around Your Children by Mark Batterson. He's a pastor from Washington, D.C. It just filled my soul so much more than watching Instagram reels till you want to puke. And so you want to get your mindset right. I'm actually, I find it does nothing for me, all that stuff. And, watching people go out to dinner, celebrate their birthday, whatever, fine, I'm out. I'm gonna remove it all from my phone. I want to read. Readers are leaders, leaders are readers. Here's another one, David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. This is the kind of stuff I read. I've been reading it for 40 years. I got into my first book ever 40 years ago. I was 19. I guess that was 39 years ago. It was Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you haven't read it, it's the Bible on personal growth. It's the Bible on personal relationships. Next to the Bible, of course, is, in my opinion, the best book you could read. I'm a man of faith, but hey, if that's not your gig, don't let me put my trip on you. Take your own. But so I read the Zig Ziglar books, the Jim Rohn books. And then I started going to people like John Maxwell on leadership and Stephen Covey, the 7, highly effective habits of highly effective leaders. And I started reading Augmendino books. And so get into the books and then get into the right rooms. And I started becoming an achiever. I started to dream big, think big, act big, put in big actions. And I did a lot. At 19, I started the 1% Club. At 19, this is 38 years ago. And we'd meet at my house every night at 10 o'clock at night. And if you were 1 minute late, you owed $100. People weren't late. And so we donated the money to charity. People came flying in, probably faster than they should have driven. But at 19, I had a bunch of 19-year-olds. I created a band of misfits. And we were going after it. Other people were out drinking, partying, this and that. Man, we were going for it in the area of sales, and we had to hit daily accountability in our goals. We'd show up, we'd share with them what we did for probably for an hour at 10 o'clock at night. Well, that seems kind of extreme and radical. Yes, your life isn't going to change if you keep doing what you're doing. Go start a 1% Club and meet at midnight every night at Taco Bell. I don't care what you do. I don't care what company you're with or who you are. If you want to be average, do the basics. What are the basics? Work 40, 50, 60 hours a week and trudge through life. But man, you want to be dynamic and amazing, you're going to have to front load your efforts for a little while. Like in the next 100 days, and I'll give it back to you, Colby and Eva and Dylan, you could totally transform your life. But you go after day after day after day after day after day with passion, talk to 10 to 20 people a day. That's, in 100 days, do the math, right? 10 a day times 10 is 100. You do it for 100 days, that's 1,000. But if you're doing 20 a day, that's 2,000. I don't care if you're an LO, loan officer, if you're an agent, a real estate agent, or a broker, or who you are, you're going to get good. I can grab that. I see I left my electric guitar behind you there on the wall there, Colby. Just kidding. I don't play the guitar, but I think if I worked at it every single day for 100 days straight, I could actually make music. Right now, I don't have this idea what to do. It's not magic. It is motion. Get around people who are in motion. If they whine, bitch, moan and complain, I should show more discretion. Get away from them. Get away from those people. They suck the life out of your bones. Get around people who are going somewhere. So that's my mindset. These are the kind of people, and I put myself in those rooms. I went to Monterey when I had no money and slept in my car. I've been to Dallas when I had no money, ate granola bars all weekend because I couldn't buy a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. Don't tell me you don't have money and you can't succeed, because there's guys just like me, just like Colby, just like Dylan, just like Eva that are succeeding. So the mentality is, I'm going to get in the rooms. I've been to Howard Brent and Star Power. I've been to Brian Buffini. I've been to, all kinds of stuff. John Maxwell and Tony Robbins and 10X with Grant Cardone and a million other ones. I'm always going. People are like, how much you learn? No, I'm always learning, Kaizen. And so when you think you've learned, bye-bye. Well, I really love my BlackBerry. Bye-bye. You're going to get past. You got to learn about AI. You got to learn, well, I don't want to. bye-bye. I don't necessarily love that stuff either, but I make myself do it. And I hire people at this point in my life who do it for me. But I'm going to hand it back to you. That's some of my mindset. I've been going for it since I was 19, reading the books, getting around the people who are doing something in their life, and it's served me my whole life. I've always done well because of that.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead, Cole.
Speaking of mindset and kind of going after it, I saw you speak recently and you talked briefly about, you kind of had 4 definitive role models that you kind of modeled your real estate strategies after. And I was wondering if you could share a little bit about that. I know you kind of like.
I can, but first, it's just cracking me up. I got to say it. Dylan, you remind me of one of the Beatles, man. I'm just sitting here watching. Is it John Lennon? Which one is it, man? You got a cool, fun vibe. I'm just sitting here. It's a little distracting. I'm like, which was it, John Lennon? Who does he look like? Anyway, so I say that.
Jim Morrison, I think. Jim Morrison.
Okay, Jim Morrison. He's some famous rock star. Anyways, all right. So who did the first one would be John Brooks Realty. They were a one little independent brokerage in Sacramento. They outsold Remax, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, and Lions. Keller Williams didn't exist. It was back in the 90s. Keller Williams wasn't in town. They did not exist. And one little no-name brokerage outsold the big 4. Back then, Lions had 1,200 agents in town, big independent. Then you throw in Century 21, Coldwell Banker, and Remax. Those are the 3 brands to work at, or 4 counting Lions. And so I hunted them down, figured out their secret sauce, and just copied them. And I was able to take their idea for how to do open houses completely, totally differently than everyone else did them. And then combine that with Craig Proctor in 1999. I flew to Toronto, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles, spent 4 days, time I didn't have, money I didn't have. And then Craig Proctor was the #1 Remax agent in the world, selling 670 homes a year. And then 5 years later, I went from 440 something homes a year to over 400. I 10x'd my production because I copied John Brooks Realty locally on one particular lead generation idea. And then I took Craig Proctor's idea of how to build a team, doing marketing for that team, leveraging through a database and staff. And then I took that and I grew my team to over 400 sales a year, 3.8 million a year. So I personally have never thought of anything. Even EXP I'm at, Glenn Sanford thought of it. I went, that's a great idea. And I copied it again. And so Tony Robbins says, if you want to be a successful architect, a successful stockbroker, a successful musician, don't get a mentor that is good. That's how you fail. Get the very best mentor you can find. Don't get a good commercial agent to teach you commercial real estate. You'll just be good. Don't get a good agent. I have this mentor in real estate from Keller Williams or EXP or Coldwell Banker or Compass. I have a good, mentor. That's great. You're going to live a good life. But if you get someone who is the best and you go work for them and you go emulate them and you learn their habits, the habits of highly successful people, the best, that is how you go to the next level. So I hope I answered that question.
Certainly.
So, Brent, you mentioned a couple of names there, Tony Robbins and others. Is there one particular mentor or somebody you're emulating yourself against right now that you could share a nugget or 2 from?
Yes. I have a mentor that has inspired me beyond what I can ever even tell you on a deep emotional level. And, I'm one of the people I'm emulating my life after because of the love this particular individual had, his passion. He's the reason we're all here. None of us would be here right now without this one person, Rick Chiha. And when I was a Keller Williams guy, I had 100 different superstar speakers come in, the best of the best. I ran the #1 franchise in the world for Keller Williams in Sacramento as far as profit goes. We weren't the largest. We had about 530 agents, but we were #1 in profit. We made more money than Austin, Texas. Gary Keller's, they had 770 agents, and my 530 made more profit. And that's really in business what it's all about. Great, you sold $1 million. You made $1 million. What'd you profit? My GCI, they always, Coldwell Banker, even EXP does it. Hey, they made 2.7 in GCI, but what'd you make on your tax return? What was the profit? $180,000. Okay, so you brought in 2.7 million, but you made 180. That's a bad model. Show me someone, if you want to make $1 million a year, show me someone netting $1 million a year. Want to make 10 million a year? Show me someone netting. Anyways, but Rick was so sincere, so passionate, so loving. He's a guy who I'm emulating right now to honor him and who he was. He was just, everybody loved him. He was just, he had a way to just, when you were with him, he's like looking into your soul. And so I take that away from Rick Chiha. I give him credit for that. He inspired me. And when I was running that office and had 100 speakers coming through, he was my favorite speaker. So when I came to EXP, I called him naturally on Friday night, went over there, and the rest is history. We're all here. I wouldn't know you guys if it wasn't for Rick. So cheers to you, Rick Chiha, looking down from heaven. We love you, and we're still talking about you. So, okay.
I have to say ditto on that, because I wouldn't even be in real estate if it wasn't for that. I remember going into real estate kicking and screaming, thinking I wasn't interested in selling, wouldn't be good at selling. And through his encouragement was able to really turn my old career into a brand new one that I love more than I could, imagine. So
Sweet.
thank you
Love
for
it.
saying that.
And by the way, if there's time, I did prepare like so many like tips and advice, and I don't want to call them tips and tricks, but strategies. Maybe that's a more professional way of putting it. So at some point, I would love to take 10 or 15 minutes because it's good. I mean, I got excited. I was like vibrating at the Marriott.
The people want to hear that. So I think
we'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm just letting you know, I'm loaded for bear. I am prepared.
Well, so, really a couple of the other things we wanted to talk about was really how to get listings and how to motivate buyers in 2024. So if you want to speak a little bit about that and then dive right into the 10-15 minutes that you've prepared, that will take us through this call.
Good. Well, that's actually what I prepared. So I'm just going to jump into what I prepared. So number one, speak to your clients in their language. So what does that mean? Learn Spanish? Learn Mandarin Chinese? Nope, it's not what I'm talking about. Like if you want to talk to me, text me. I haven't looked at email in 6 years. I don't email. Literally, if you email me, you better text me and say, I sent you an important email, which please look at it. But how would I know that, Brent? You got to ask. So ask your clients, do you like a phone call? Do you like text messaging or email? If you ask me, if you cared enough about me to find out, I would say, please text me. Now, most people, I'll tell that to everyone, you got to text me, but your clients won't say that. So you're emailing them because you're an email freak, and most people love email, not me. It would frustrate me. Other people, they're older, they don't text and they don't email, but they love a phone call. So ask your client, how do you want to be communicated to? And then there's the younger people, they instant message or whatever the heck they do. I don't even know, but you ask them and then you speak to them in their language. So that's number one. Number two, sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by slow down to speed up? I want you to stop, rush. Okay, you want a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It's got to be 4,000 square feet. It has to be in these suburbs. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, look, I sent you some properties to choose from. Like, I want you to slow down, take your client to lunch. Go have a cup of coffee with your client. And what you want to do is find out about your client. You want to find out about their goals, their dreams. You want to find out about their struggles, their victories, what's going on in their life. Why do they want to move? What is the motivation for this? And then trust me, I did it one time with some clients. They live in an apartment in Folsom, and they went from an apartment to a $770,000 home. Now this is 15 years ago. It'd be like a $1.5 million home today. That's a good commission. Commission on that was like $45,000. But I asked them, so what's the motivation? You were telling me how much you love the apartment complex. They go, well, we just had all the kids' bikes stolen off the back patio, and we live on the second floor. I mean, they had to work out, which means people, we don't lock the slider. People were on they felt violated. And I know what it's like. I've had stuff stolen out of a garage. It's a terrible feeling, but I kept mentioning it. Won't it be great? when you could put the bikes in the backyard and you even let the kids out and play in the backyard if they feel like there's thieves. Or I kept, want to be great when you're living in that home. They bought a beautiful home on like a half acre in Folsom, big backyard. And I was able to remind them what their motivation was and make a sale. So that's a really important thing to do. And when it's appropriate, if they're going through struggles, I prayed for people. You got to take their temperature, but they're really going through a hard time. Go back and say a short prayer for you. Now, if you're not that kind of person, I am. I always wanted to be a pastor. I'm not, but kind of am at heart. So I just pray for someone, man. I might touch their arm. That's it, you know. And I'll put a hand on their arm. I'll just say a prayer for them. Whew. You have a friend for life when you say a prayer for somebody. I'm telling you, they're not used to that. And again, you got to take the temperature. And if that's not your gig, don't do it. It's my gig. If you're hurting, I'm going to ask if I can pray for you and just say a short prayer, nothing weird, but it is magical. And I believe in the power of prayer. And I read stuff about that stuff. I believe in it. Okay. So number 2, body language under slow down, speed up. Look at your client's body language. Not your customers. I hate it when people say customers in real estate. We don't have customers. We have clients, a little more professional language, you know. Paper out, boys and girls have customers, you know. Okay, so right. So we have clients, but you want to read their face when you're showing property. Watch their face, watch their body language. And then I kind of watch them out the corner of my eye. They go, honey, that's it. That's called body language and excitement. And I'm like, I saw you. I saw you on that home. This is the house, you know, but I'm watching. I'm observing them. So make sure you do that and interact with each one differently. There's analytical. You better have some research. You better know about the schools and the HOA and do a little homework if you have an analytical client. Personally, I don't work with analytical clients. I don't enjoy them. I don't work with them. I literally, like you, what's that called? You discriminate against analytical clients. Totally. It makes me so happy not to work with them. It drives me crazy. So who cares if you don't enjoy them? Work with people you enjoy. Drivers, I can handle drivers. I like it. Boom. Let's go look at 5 homes, make a decision, buy a home, go. Rock and roll. Let's go. You're talking my language. Sanguines, my hands are moving. I'm a sanguine driver. I'm an expressive driver. And then so you got your analytical, your driver, your expressive, and then you're amiable. And I'm good with amiables. They sit back, they're quiet. So I kind of tone myself down. I don't know, chimpanzee on them. I lower my voice. I talk to them. Yeah, we're going to go look at some properties today. It should be a wonderful day. Got some nice weather here. We're just stop, maybe grab a cup of coffee when we get over to Folsom. I'm treating, slow down my voice, my cadence. And you want to mirror and match your client because a real amiable person is like, we're going to buy a house today. By noon, you're going to be in escrow. They freak out. So you better understand who your client is. Number 3, I call OMG. Number 3 is OMG. And what's that mean? It means some of you don't know how to get people out looking at real estate. So you say, Dylan, I found the house. And I go, I'll send them an urgent text. I go, it's over here. It's 2,000 square feet. It's this. It hit the market 1 hour and 47 seconds ago. I look at the history. I know when it went in the computer. I'm looking every day. Like, you seem intense. Totally. Now you got it. You know what I mean? I'm every morning. I'm looking. I got a list of clients. Blah, 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 blah. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm calling Dylan. You got any listings? Colby, you got any listings? Eva, you got any listings? What do you got coming up? We trade them like baseball parts. I got 2 coming up. I got one in Folsom, one in El Dorado Hills. I'll trade my coming soon listings. You trade me yours. It's called off-market properties. And when I meet people at open houses, they're like, oh, Dylan, I'll call you. I got your card, Dylan. That means, let me translate that little zinger for you. It means, Dylan, I am never, ever going to call you ever. That's what it means. Okay. Just so you know, because you didn't know that, it's a polite way of saying you will never hear from me. We have your card. We'll call you. They're not going to call you. I gave out 18 cards today. Nobody's going to call. Okay. So when you hear that, you're failing. And so basically what you want to do is you want to call people and you want to call them with properties they're excited about. And the reason you need me, When someone gives me that card, go, hey, just so you know, I'm networked with 40 of the top agents in this area. I'm a superstar agent myself. And if you're shopping from the MLS, this is worth writing down. This is worth coming to the entire thing right now. If you're shopping from the MLS, some Zillow feed, some Redfin feed, Realtor.com, Homes.com, or you've got, well, my agent is already sending me properties. I get a drip. I know the second they hit the market. I go, honestly, that is laughable. I go, you're shopping leftovers. All the good ones are gone before they go on the computer. So you mentioned you've been out, you looked for 5 months. You know why? Do you really want to keep shopping leftovers? Because everybody passed on those and they made it to the MLS. I'm the guy who's connected to the 40s. We trade our coming soons like baseball cards. We sell them before they even go in the MLS. The reason you can't find a home right now is because you're shopping from Zillow and Redfin. Because they're like, we don't need you. I have all the data at my fingertips. Yeah, of the stuff nobody wants. Go, you need me. They go, but I already have an agent. I go, no law in real estate says you can't have two. And trust me, I'm going to outwork your agent. I'm going to give you service you never, ever had in your life. I'm going to give you red card service. I'm going to outwork your agent times 10. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Keep your agent. If your agent finds your dream home, write an offer through your agent. Your agents, please don't call me. Call your agent. They deserve it. But if I go, here it is, and it's not your Zillow feed, it's not in Redfin, nothing from your agent, it's crickets, they're at the cabin, they're at the beach, they deserve a life, their time, and you go, oh my gosh, there it is. I mean, that's the one, OMG. And the reason you're not going to know about it, because it's not going to be on the market. The only way you get to it is through me. See, this is how I talk to people at open houses, and I'll get 20, 30, 40 clients. Well, I don't even get 10 people in the open house. How many signs you put out? 5 or 10. I put out 40. I spent an hour putting the signs out. I have to change my clothes after I put the signs out. It sucks. I hate putting out signs. But then at 10 a.m., I start my open house an hour later, and I go till 10 at night because I'm a man. You're a woman. Grow up. I went from 1 to 4 today? I'm exhausted at 3-hour open house. How many people came? I like 7 groups through. You're playing. You're not working. You're playing. I'm working. You're playing. And when you want to get serious, like, well, you seem kind of extreme. Yep. Michael Phelps was extreme. Venus Williams was extreme. Michael Jordan was extreme. I'm extreme. People succeed. Elon Musk is extreme. Richard Branson's extreme. Bill Gates was extreme. Steve Jobs from Apple. That Jeffrey Bezos, not Bozo, Bezos, he's extreme. And so let me tell you what, little secret. You want to be normal? Keep doing what you're doing. You want to repeat 2024? Do it in 2023. I'm telling you, it gets fun. The harder you do it, the easier it gets. It gets easy because you fail so quick, so fast. Like I said, that was stupid. And guess what? You quit saying stupid stuff. How do you quit saying stupid stuff? You say it a lot often. Like, but what were the scripts? Just start talking. And you go, oh my gosh, I said that. It worked like a dream. I'm going to try that again. He said, it worked again. I said, it worked again. It worked again. But every time I say that, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And you kind of figure it out. And you know exactly what to say when to say it. Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? Because trust me, I'm not being arrogant or cocky. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't get to 5,000 home sales. And I do that with showing agents at a team. But I'm a little fired up here, but I should tone it down a little bit. So I'll wrap up with this. I'll go back to them. I got pages and pages of this stuff. So here's the deal. When I call someone and I say, Eva, I found the house. She's an orthopedic surgeon. I go, it's 2.7 million. It is 5,000 square feet, just like you wanted, right on the button. And it's got the view. You said the view. I asked your client, what's the most important thing? A view. If you ask me, I'm always after the view. It's the most important thing. Yes, I want a 4-car garage, but if all things were right, would you take a 3-car garage? You had the right view? Yes. Got to have a pool. What if it had the multi-million-dollar view, a 3-car garage, missing a garage, and it had no pool, but it's room for a pool? And the price wasn't 2.7, it was 2.5. And you could put in your own pool, design it the way. Would you do it? Don't really want to do that, but I suppose I would. Now you're earning your money as a real estate agent. You're not an order taker. What do you want? 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, got to be in this city, this price range. No, you got to ask deeper questions and go, what if everything was just right, but it's not 5 acres like you absolutely have to have 5 acres? What if it was 4 acres? Yeah, I'd do that. They just told me they had to have 5. Now it's 4. What if it was 4 acres and it had 4,700 square feet, not 5? Would you do that? You have to have 5. You told me very clearly, don't show me anything under 5. Yeah, I'd do that. So I'm backing them off all their have tos. Just like I'm in a box in this Zoom, they'll say it has to be in this city, has to have this square footage. It can't be any more than $3 million or $1 million. It has to be, I don't want an old home. It has to be 2000 and newer. You got to bust out the walls and show them stuff that's a city over. We could throw a rock and hit the city you want, but because it's one zip code over, the price is 300,000 less. And wait till you see the house. I'll go show them the house without telling them, and they think they're in the right city. And like, oh my gosh, I want this. How come I didn't find it? I go, because we're in Orangevale. Orangevale? I would never live in Orangevale. This is Orangevale? I go, yeah. They go, oh my gosh, it feels like Granite Bay. Because guess what? Where I'm from, everybody wants to live in Granite Bay. Granite Bay's, it's a creme de la creme. But Orangevale's right here. And the homes right here, Granite Bay, Orangevale house. Now, if you go in here to Orangevale, but I pick homes on the edges of where they want to live and sell them all the time. That's where you earn your money in real estate. Okay, I'm going to give it back to you. I have 23 points. Those are 3 of 23, but was that good? I think it was good. I'm inspired to share with you. I can keep going, but I want to just give you a chance to breathe and to talk and to ask a question or whatever.
Yeah, Brent, you are revved up. We love it. I'm actually going to take us all off spotlight view for a second so you can get a feel for the room, because I think that you like that, if I'm guessing correctly, because there's 140 people here, and it would be cool, I think, if anyone has questions they want to ask, to do so. Lisa Sears says, please keep going, Brent. We want to hear more.
Okay, let's do it, because I want to get some in. By the
Someone
way,
can just raise a hand, actually.
Stephanie
If you
Stewart,
want to
unmute
unmute and ask the
yourself.
question.
Hey, no, if we're going to keep going, that's fine. My only thing was you only said OMG and you stopped at like the O. So you had 2 more letters. I thought you were about to go. Go ahead.
OMG, oh my gosh, I found the house, right? OMG, Stephanie, I
gotcha.
found your house, right? Thank you for the clarity. Okay, I'm going to keep going because I have a tea time in 10 minutes. All right, so next, amount of homes to show, 3 to 7. You don't show 15 to 30, you show 3 to 7, okay? Why? Well, because if you show 15 to 30, they're like, I can't even remember. They're all running together. A confused mind does nothing. So you got to get down to 3 to 7. Now, how do you eliminate homes when you have your client sends you 22 homes? Here's how you eliminate homes. You tell them the truth. And what's the truth? I look at this one. Oh, I know that one. It backs up to the freeway. And I write backs up to freeway. I'll print it out. I write backs up to free. That one, oh, that one's over there. I know that was huge power lines that go across the canyon. You're staring not at the canyon, you're staring at power lines like it's Godzilla. This one backs up to strip mall. I'll tell them, I'll make notes, strip mall. And there's a Chinese food restaurant over there, or a steakhouse over there. And in the back are the trash cans and the swirling flies. You could have a fly problem at your house. Literally, that's the truth. Is that not the truth? And I go, do you want to stare at giant Godzilla type power lines from Tokyo that Godzilla's like tearing down? Do you want to live by an apartment complex? This one is like a block down this apartment. I don't tell them it's bad to live by. I say, do you want to live by an apartment complex? And they go, no. I go, slash, do you want to live back up to nasty smelling trash cans that could have an odor, a fly problem, a strip mall? No. Do you want to look at the freeway? And I whittle it down to my 3 to 7. Now, sometimes I get 14 that are all good, pass the test. What do I do now? Saturday, they look at 7. Sunday, they look at 7. I got A and B. I don't do them all in one shot. And usually they will find something they're excited about. Now, there's a showing order. Everyone write this down. Showing order. What does that mean? It means basically you want to show the worst of your 7 first. So when I have, let's say I have 5 homes to show, and I rank them, I go, this is the best home, number 1. This one's the worst home, well, actually, the best home is last, so I put it as number 5. The best home's number 5. I have 5 to show. This one looks like, I have them all printed out. I look at them, and I'm judging them off what they look like, off the curb appeal. I go, this one's the worst home. It's my first home I'm going to show them. This one's the second worst home. It's the second home I'm going to show them. This one's kind of middle of the road. It's number 3. Now, this one's pretty good. For what they told me they want, it's got the pool, it's got the view, it's got a 4-car garage, it's got everything they want. This one's number 4. And this one, boom. I mean, you ever look at the picture and like, oh my gosh, this is a cream puff. This is the house. I think they're going to buy this house. That's number 5. And I start off and I show 1. Now, look, a lot of you plug it in like, well, let's get a mapping and we'll start over here and we'll do the most logical way to show the 5 homes or the 7 homes. We'll start here, we go here, then we go here, here, here. We end up back at the office. It all makes sense. And that is the biggest way to go broke in real estate. You want to, if the worst home's over here, and the second worst home's over here, and the third worst home's here, and then the best home's over here, and then the 5th home's all the way over here. It looks almost like a star, an asterisk, and it makes no sense. Like, why would you go to this part of town, go back over to this part of town, then go way up here, then way down here, back over here, then end up over here? Wouldn't you just go done? Because it's like a wave. Selling a home is a wave of momentum. You want them to be depressed at the first home you show them. I like to pick a crappy $3 million house. You know, I call it an attitude adjustment. Why? Write this down. Everyone has champagne taste on a beer budget. So I want to go, they want $3 million for this. It happened to me. I was just looking at $6 and $7 million cabins at Lake Tahoe, and they were horrible. They were horrible. I mean, I'm telling you, they look like $400,000 homes. It's Incline Village. It's super in demand. It's Nevada. Everyone wants to live in Nevada, get out of California. And because of that, it's one little piece of Lake Tahoe. The price is triple. I mean, and it was not even, it was nothing. To get what I really want is probably $10 million easy. And I could buy the same thing 40 minutes away for 2.5 million. It's 10 million to get what I want there. So here's the deal. Everyone has champagne taste on a beer budget, including me. So you want to show the worst ones first. And like, oh my gosh, they want 3 million. They want 7 million for this. They want 700,000 for this. I was hoping for better. The next one, oh, hey, this one's better. And I know it's a dud. Then we go to the third one. Oh, this is even better. Oh my gosh. Now we're talking. And I know it's like middle of the road. Then we go to the 4th one. They're like, oh, yes, this is good. This is good. Oh, thank God. I was really getting depressed after the first one. Well, they got depressed because I did it on purpose. I want them to just chill out a little bit. If I show them 7 beautiful homes, they're like, I can't decide what to do. They're all beautiful. And then I get to the 5th one or the 6th or the 7th, the final 1 or 2. They're like, oh my gosh, I love this. I go, baby, let's go make an offer. And then they say, that's awesome. We're going to dinner. And I said, oh, really? Why? Yeah, we want to think about it. We don't want to make a mistake. In fact, we're going to sleep on it. We're going to wake up tomorrow and sleep on it. I can totally understand that. You don't want to make a mistake. So 2 things. Number 1, we're just trying to see if we can agree upon a price for you to consider buying the home. When you write an offer and you fill out an offer and you do all that, you know, you're going to have a week to 2 weeks to look at the HOA docs, the prelims, the disclosures from the seller, do a home inspection, check out the roof, the neighborhood, the schools. You're going to have a little time. So you decide if you actually want to buy it in a week or 2. You're not buying a home. You're just trying to get it off the market so nobody else can have it, so you can consider buying the home. Very important verbiage. That's number 1. Number 2, and this is where you make your money. Let's think about what you're saying, because we looked at 7 homes today, and this home by far is actually worth every penny they're asking. I saw you guys so excited. I saw you in the corner. You guys were pumped, your fist pumping, going, this is the one, this is the one. I saw it. And so here's the deal. Everyone else who sees this home, if we've seen the market, we know the market. We've been out 2-3 weekends. They're going to get excited. And if they sleep on it and you sleep on it and you wake up and you go, I want it. 2 things. A, you pay too much when you decide you want something with conviction. So the best time to try to buy something is when you're not totally sure. That's number 1. And number 2, if they wake up and they go, we want it. Congratulations. You're in a bidding war. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's wise to spend $3 million in a bidding war situation or 700,000? Do you want to be in a bidding war? Then I just shut up. No, we're writing right this second. Right this second. A sense of urgency. But Brent, what if they accept our offer? I go, they're not going to accept our offer. They're probably not going. They're going to counter. They're going to find something to counter. I hope not. But and then you can reject their counter. But here's the deal: if we hesitate, even for you, well, we just want to go to dinner. What if another couple goes to dinner? After dinner, we want this house. You have to. We want this house. Bidding war. We move now. I've already talked to the listing agent. I said, if I were to present an offer, would they present it today? And I got a yes. So I recommend we present it. And there's a whole way to talk to the listing agent on that, which I could come back and be another guest because my tea time's in 3 minutes. But so
Brent, before you,
I'll get right to you. A clear mind moves forward. A confused mind hesitates. America's favorite pastime, manana. And so I just want to say that. I want to give you, then there's there's kind of a strategic offers and some really cool stuff. But now I'm going to give it back to you and take it away.
Brent, I just wanted to ask you, especially because you just mentioned the word listing, if you have, a piece of advice for the listing side. Everybody wants listings, and they've been scarce, but what's your secret sauce when it comes to listings?
Well, I got them from the radio. I got them by asking for them, my family, friends, relatives. I coach soccer, coach Little League. I'm active at church. I go, hey, if you know one thing about listing, man, if I get one, I will send you to Napa for the weekend. I will send you to Half Moon Bay to the Ritz-Carlton for the weekend. I will, when it closes escrow, I will send you up to Tahoe. I know you're always running up to Tahoe. I'll pay for Edgewood. It's where they do the celebrity golf. My treat. I go at close of escrow. So I'm always covering myself, right? And so I make sure there's something in it for them. WIFM, most famous radio station ever of all time. WIFM, what's in it for me? I put something in it for them. Don't just ask for a referral. I give them something. Number two, I got them through the radio. I was spending, I don't know, about $7,000 a month at running ads on the radio. So that's not super duplicatable. I was already successful. And that's what really made me a big time listing agent. And it was tricky. I really didn't succeed with the radio for about 4 or 5 years. It took me 4 or 5 years to find that right combination, that ad that just hit, where people called me every day to list their house. But that takes capital. And even if you have $7,000 a month, because you haven't been at it for years, it takes a little while to find your footing there. But I had the extra $7,000 a month. I started off spending $14,000 a month, and they thought I was Remax corporate. I'm just a Remax agent. And so my secret sauce for getting agent affordable is go to your sphere, ask them what they want, ask. And then finally, at open houses, when that was kind of my jam, open houses, when they were standoffish, like I totally hit off with them, like, well, we got your card, we'll call you. And we were vibing, they were loving me, I was vibing them, but it's like, it really surprises me sometimes. And I go, can I ask you a question? Almost every time I go, you have a home to sell, don't you? They go, yes. How did you know? I go, because we were vibing. I always get information at this point. Whenever I hit, which you just kind of did to me, it's because, God, how's this even work? We got to find out what our home's worth. How do we connect the two? Got our home sold, then buy a home. And so here's what you don't know about me is I'm an expert at appraising homes. And you can call your bank, they'll pay you $500-600 to go do it. Or you could have me pop by for 5 minutes, Brian Buffini script, pop by for 5 minutes and take a look at your home. I'll tell you exactly what it's worth. And I'm better than an appraiser because appraisers looking back 6 months, a year ago, and home prices have gone up over the last 6 months, a year ago. So you think you've got a certified bank appraisal and your home's worth $1.7 million, when the truth is it's worth $2 million. And you list it for 1.7, it sells the first week and you think your agent's a genius. They cost you $300,000. So you want me to pop by for 5 minutes. I will tell you what it's worth. I'm an expert. I will not charge you $500 or $600 like the bank will for an appraisal. If you'd like that, I'm happy to pop by next week. See how calm and casual that sounded? They go, oh my gosh, would you? Sure. And they don't know that's a listing appointment. That's a full-blown listing appointment. They don't know that. So that was my economical, easy way to do it. Offer to pop by for 5 minutes and tell them what their home's worth and use that script. I would love to come back. I know you can't have me every month, but maybe we do another one in 2 weeks.
Yes, we can.
Pages and pages of this. And I got zingers in here. I spent hours this morning. I'm fired up. Anyways, I got to go tee off. I love you all. You're amazing. All of you have a great year. And I look forward to be back. You can wrap it up. Colby and Eva and Dylan, thank you for having me on. Is that good?
Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your time out on the golf course. If everyone wants to hang out for another 5 minutes, we've got a lineup that we're going to screen share and show you so that you can know what's coming up for us.
And also, we will send a recording of the call to anybody. Colby, are you just automatically sending out a recording of the call to anyone who had signed up, or?
Yeah, so everyone will get a recording sent to their email after, so you can rewatch this. And we will also post it on our YouTube channel. And just really quickly, we've actually got, I think, Simon and Anthony might be on this call today. I'm not sure about Gina, Mario, or Gina, the two Ginas. But this is our lineup for the next month. We're really excited about it. In 2 Mondays from now, we're going to be talking about mindset and leadership. Anthony Giha will be joining us talking about his transition into real estate. He worked in the entertainment industry for years and recently made a transition following in his dad Rick Giha's footsteps. Mario has grown a huge business for himself on Instagram and is going to share some of his tips with us in February. Gina is going to talk about how to optimize collaboration across brokerages. We're at EXP, she's at a different brokerage, and we just think it's really important to talk about how to collaborate effectively with people not only within our brokerage, but outside our brokerage. And Simon Westfall Kwong runs a luxury team out of New Jersey and is going to join us to talk about that very particular niche and market. So we hope you will join us. More information to come. We will make sure that you are all invited to the events coming forward via email, and however you found it. If you want to reach out and make sure you're added to our email list, we'll do that for you. So thank you all for being here today. Mom, anything else to add?
I just thank you to everyone here. Thank you to Brent, to you, Colby, and Dylan for all the work to put it together. And please feel free to share the link with anybody that you think would benefit from attending our calls. Everyone is welcome.
Yes, and someone asked for the AI notes. I should be able to do that. So I will look to make sure that those are included. And we'll give you guys 10 minutes of your day back. So I hope you guys have a great week and a happy Monday. Thank you so much for being here. And we look forward to seeing you next time, 2 weeks from now.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Cole. Thanks, Eva.
Thanks,
Bye,
Anthony.
everyone.
Thanks, Eva.
Thank
And
you.
Eva,
And we
I
look
just
forward
want
to getting to know everybody here.
Thanks, guys.
Eva, I wanted to say that I was an alpha with your dad, with your husband, and at the EXP con the last day we had an alpha meeting, and he was sitting right next to me. I turned to him, I said, I need so much help. I don't know what to do. And he says, well, I'll help you. I'll put you on my list. And I was like, but I'm not even in your organization. He says, it doesn't matter. I will be of help to you, Suzanne, if you need help. So I really feel grateful to be here at this meeting, and I want to thank you for including me.
Well, we are so glad to have you, and we do look forward to getting to know each and every one here that we don't know personally. And we look forward to the coming weeks. I do now see Anthony and I see Simon. I couldn't see everybody before, so it's nice to be able to see the faces with everyone. Thanks for joining.
Yes, thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye,
Everyone-
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Cole, you
Thank
want to stay on for a sec?
Mhm.